Hi everybody, we're going to go a little old school today with our craft project, and we are going to be making dust jackets for books using brown paper grocery bags. This is something that my generation should be very familiar with. When I was in middle school, all of us were required to make dust jackets for our textbooks, and then we could decorate them. We'd have our friends do decorations on them. We could decorate them however we wanted. I'm going to show you a finished one that I've already made. This is a hardback book that's been missing its dust cover for a really long time, and I just made the cover for it today. And what you can see is that then I decorated it how I wanted, and this is Postern of Fate, good old Agatha Christie. All right, so what you're going to first want to do is you're going to make sure that the grocery bag that you're going to use is the right size to cover your book. So you're just going to take any old grocery bag, just a regular size grocery bag should be fine. Some of them are slightly smaller than others, so you definitely want to measure against your book. And you're going to put your book right in the middle there, and as long as you can fold the bag all the way so that the book is completely covered, you know that your bag is good enough, it's big enough to cover your book. So once you know that this is a bag that you can use, you're going to want to remove the handles. So you can just snip them off right at the top, but if you can very gently pull them so that you don't rip the bag, and you can see that I was able to remove them on this one without ripping the bag, it's going to make it a little easier when we start doing the folding, but either way will work fine. Now once you've removed the handles, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to choose one side of the bag and you're going to cut right along the seam just on one side, and you're going to go all the way from the top of the bag to the bottom of the bag, although you're probably going to hold it upside down when you're cutting it. And I'm going to show you one that I've already done here. I'll go back to my Safeway bag, and you can see that I cut all the way up the side, just one side, only one side, that's important. And the next thing you're going to do is you're going to remove the bottom. So you're going to take your scissors and you're going to insert them right where that slit stopped, and you're just going to cut all the way around the bottom of the bag so that when you're done, you'll be able to remove the bottom flap. Once you've removed the bottom flap from the bag, you're going to be left with a big open grocery bag, and that's what we're going to use to make the wrapper. Now, if you're going to want to decorate it when you're done, you're going to want to make sure that the print side is face up when you start to do your fold. So I'm going to move my camera over here now so that you can watch what I do as I start doing the folds for the top and the bottom. I'm going to take the book that I already covered, and I'm going to remove this cover that I made so I can show you how I did it. I'm going to put the book on its spine, and I'm going to put it about in the middle. I want it in the middle going this direction, and I want it in the middle going this direction, so that there should be about maybe 2 to 3 inches at the bottom and 2 to 3 inches at the top of the spine. Once I've lined that up, I'm going to start folding along the bottom edge. So I'm going to fold it right so that it touches the bottom. Then I'm going to remove the book so that I can make a nice sharp crease. And I'm cheating a little bit. I already pre-folded this. It's a little bit more difficult to get a good fold when you do it the first time. But I'm going to make it a nice tight crease. Okay, now I'm going to take my book and I'm going to line it up so that the edge of the bottom is flush with the fold that I just made. And I'm going to do the exact same thing with the other side of the book. Fold it so it meets. Take the book away, make my fold, and then make a nice sharp crease. I've just folded the top and bottom of my book. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my book, and I'm once again going to put it on its spine, and I'm going to line it up so that it's in the middle of my strip of paper. And the way I can be sure that it's in the middle, when I lay it down, I'm going to take this and I'm going to fold it over, and I want the ends to meet. So that's how I know my book is centered properly. Okay, now I'm going to turn it back this way so you can see as I open it up, and I'm going to make the front cover. So I'm going to line it up here. I'm going to fold it over, and now I'm going to start cutting. Now, it's better to make it too long and then trim it than to make it too short and have to start over again. But when I fold it over, what I want to do is I want to make it so that it's about maybe 3 or 4 inches, so that it just makes that inside cover. And then I'm going to take my scissors and I am going to cut as straight as I can right up like that. I'm going to make a nice crease, and then I'm going to open it, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to flip it around so you can see what I'm doing. On this side, I'm going to make a nice crease, and then I'm going to cut so that it's about 1, 2, maybe about 3 inches, and I'm going to make that as straight as I can. You can use a ruler and mark it off with a pencil if you want. Now I am going to start folding the book inside my dust jacket. So I'm going to lift up, and look, these are the folds that we made for the top and the bottom, and I'm going to just be able to stick the back flap right in there, make sure it reaches, tucks in nicely. Now I can close it, and I can go back to the front flap that I made, and I can do that same thing. I can stick it right in that flap, and I want to line it up so that I can pull it all the way in. It's okay if you need to tighten it or retuck it a little bit, but you've already measured it, so you know it's the right size. And if you want to get fancy, if you want to get a little fancy, you can tape the edges down. Don't tape the book, but you can tape the paper bag edges. But now I can close it, and you can see that I have fully covered my book. I have a beautiful new dust jacket for my book, and I can do the title page, the title of the cover on the front if I wanted. I could do a summary of the book. I could do a little author biography. I could work on some calligraphy on the spine if I wanted. And that is all it takes to have a fun craft project at home and make some new dust jackets for all of your books.